Hello, everyone. We have a Commodore. Wait, this way. We have a Commodore. Welcome.
Ooh.
Welcome. Everyone,
Ah.
please shower your praise at him. He is a vain man and he needs it.
You're watching the podcast at school library?
Are you amazing. Actually? That's amazing.
Get it.
Watching the podcast at school library in between classes. Let's go.
I always think it's interesting to figure out like where people watch from.
How much time have you got, Slab? And we'll make sure we're done exactly before your next class.
You can't promise that.
Not with that attitude, I can't.
But where are you keeping him? That's a secret.
We've been keeping him basically everywhere. You were in the transporter buffer. Then I put you in the food replicator. There's a week where we forgot to acknowledge your absence at all. And then last week, I think I turned you into a non-corporeal being.
Yeah, I think at this point, I'm just one of those special guest stars. I don't think I'm actually a cast member of the show anymore.
Which technically, it means that we're bringing you back for a full episode, which means this is the one you probably die in.
No. Right. Yes.
We built up your arc. People have, we think.
Knowing the internet here. Knowing the internet here. Yes, this is the one where I probably die.
Also, a live chat. You have the power here. If the audio is horrible, you can kick him out as well.
How do they do that?
We're going to put that. Just tell me, and then I'll kick him out.
Oh, you have to actually type it out. Oh, I see. I feel like
it's cause and effect. You see, it's actually already happened, but we just haven't walked across the invisible bridge yet. Yeah.
I love knowing this, Lloydie. You're home watching it. That's so good.
I love people that watch us on TV because it means we're on TV. Hey, Mom! I made it.
It's like when I Chromecast like a picture of Iris, and she's like, "Oh, I'm on the TV."
The telly, picking my nose.
I've been reading like old books to her. What is it? The Critter series?
Oh, the little critters.
The little critter.
Yeah.
Do you remember those, Aaron?
No.
Okay. They started in late 1999 or something. And it's
I was already an adult by then. So
weird little critter. I was too, technically, but I remember these. That can't be right. They had to have been before that. Anyway, one of them is about how when the little critter grows up, he's going to be big enough to have a watch and be able to tell other people what time it is. And I was like, oh, how simple the old times used to be when getting a watch was such a big deal.
And now it's just a hey G word.
Mm-hmm. Now, like being on the TV is no big deal. They have their own accounts and shit.
Yeah. Ian, two things. First off, after such a long absence, the Commodore must, in capitals, be evil on his reappearance, right? Secondly, you need to show the Commodore the intro I did for the Amok Time episode. I will. It was really fun. I will play that to him. I don't know if I have it uploaded right now, but I will show it to him offline because I think he will appreciate it. And him coming back as evil assumes that he wasn't evil upon his not being here. So
evil upon entry.
Oh, a title of my sex tape?
Oh dear.
What did I do? Oh no. Okay. Well, the Commodore's situation seems stable, unless I've missed you freezing.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we got to watch for this stuff.
Oh, interesting. Aaron's audio and video isn't in sync, but I don't see this probably. No, and it won't be an issue for the podcast. It will just be annoying for you people who are the most committed fans.
Sorry about that. Here in the room, it seems perfectly in sync. I don't know.
Right? For anybody who hasn't been in the Discord and seen my latest 3D print. Don't you say it's from Star Wars, Aaron?
Oh, no, I thought it was, I had like one of those when I was like about 15 years ago. Is that like a old electronic organizer? What is it?
No, this is...
It's a Palm Pilot.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like,
you guys are absolute trolls. Thank you, Flyboy. Thank you. An intelligent man joins the chat.
When did I miss the last 4 Babylons? I only saw the first Damien Chazelle movie. I didn't know there were 5 of them. That's wild. I loved that movie.
Long time.
It's been a while. It's been a while. James Cameron actually stopped making Avatar movies so that he could make Babylon sequels instead. That's what it is.
That makes sense.
I am so happy with this. Look, this is a pad from TNG.
Will you tap it in front of the mic so you can hear the sound it makes when you hit it?
It's amazing. It actually makes beep boop noises. It's great. Yeah. Anyway,
it's missing stickers. So if you give the mouse a cookie situation for the creatives in the household, because we have the 3D printer, we don't have a printer to print stickers. So then it's like, oh, if you give Ian a 3D printer, he will print things that need to have cars, pads, sticker items.
Oh my gosh, she said L cars. Wait, what's the mouse a cookie thing?
Oh, it's the idea that if you give a mouse a cookie, then it needs a glass of milk. If you give it a glass of milk, then it needs to wash its hands. And if it goes to the bathroom, it'll see that it has hairs, and then it'll trim the hairs, and then it'll have to scoop it up, and so on. And
but if you teach it how to fish, it will never need to turn bread into wine.
Or move your cheese ever again.
That's true.
Yeah.
Mark wants to know if the insert is multi-filament printing.
It is. Yes. No, it is multicolor, multi-filament. This is all one piece. Not the anime, Aaron. This is all just one piece altogether. Multicolor, multi-filament, and sexy as heck. I love it. How much is so good.
Well,
we should do a show.
There's more things we could show you that we've 3D printed, but I don't think we brought them downstairs.
No, all I have is my little clip.
You're so proud of that fucking thing.
It has a hinge on it.
There's no hinge on that.
It has a working hinge. It works. It clips to things.
Unlike your phone, that does not have a working hinge.
I can clip it right. Oh shit, it's stuck.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, we definitely have some Moopsy things going on.
Yeah.
There was another one earlier. Let me go grab it. Moopsy versus there it is from Mark. Okay, got it.
Yeah, there was a trio of Moopsies, wasn't there?
Thank you, Slab.
I guess statistically somebody had to. All right, let's do a show. Let's do it.
Ian's on Hinge?
He's unhinged. I think that's what that was meant to be.
Well, thanks guys for coming to the live
show.
Yeah,
you've got to do your bit before I kick off.
You've got a little bit of time to check to make sure that all of the banners have been updated properly.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us. We are live on multiple channels, and just as a reminder, we are going to be releasing specific dates that the going live for Captain's Pod is going to be shifting over to exclusively onto my Twitch, which is twitch.tv/Danae Says, and over onto the new Ian and Danae YouTube channel. All that information is going to be listed in your podcast feed, so you'll be able to check out all that stuff just by clicking around. And of course, we're going to continue to release all of that on posts and link them on Discords and Patreons and all those things. So we're going to be going live obviously today and I believe next week, but there is going to be a shift over to where the only place to catch the live show will be those new links. So don't forget that that's coming up.
Yep.
So right now we're recording live with you guys, chatting with you. We're about to record the actual podcast, which means we're just going to be talking to each other, not to the live chat. So if somebody shows up and it's like, what is happening? First of all, this is an R-rated show.
Yeah, there we go.
I want to remind them of that. And second of all, maybe just be like, hey, yeah, this is the recording part of the Captain's Pod podcast. So just hang out a little bit. Also, you can read the banner at the bottom, but don't be a dick about it. You know, they're new.
Yeah, exactly.
A little bit of grace. We don't have to be assholes. No one's actually been an asshole.
Be kind. Don't pluck their eyeballs out.
Yeah. We do have moderators that are in the chat who can ban you for saying things like, this is a Star Wars show. Aaron. Okay, we can't actually ban Aaron. But you'll see sometimes we have technical issues.
Sure can.
Sometimes we have random things that pop up, so you get to see how the sausage is made. It's not always pretty, but thank you for being here. And I think that's everything. Is that it?
The sausage pops up.
Jesus Christ.
No, Ian.
But also, yes. All right, let's do a thing. I'm going to copy over my hilarious intro to a different segment.
Oh no.
Yeah, no, it's really good. You're gonna love this.
Are we doing a new segment?
No, into 10 forward, because I can't do my intro with Aaron because he's not in the intro, he's in 10 forward.
It actually reminds me, though, we do pin your comments and come back to them later. Or if they come up during the show, we'll try to put your comments up on the screen while they're relative to the chat that we're talking about. And then at the end of the show, when we come back and chat with you directly again, we can go over any comments that we missed.
Also,
you can still call them sins. We've just kind of changed how the format of Captain's Pod goes. So if you found something that you didn't like and you want to send it, you're welcome to say send it. That's fine. But yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Nice.
I mean, Sci-Fi Brony, he should. If Captain told him.
Yep, but only because he asked. I was not proactive about that, but there we go. Okay. Welcome to 10 Forward, the part of the show where we grab something from the replicator and share our immediate thoughts and feelings on the episode we just watched together. But most important thing first, here's lines and skirts are getting shorter with every episode. It's Commodore Dicer!
Captain, we're gonna need a bigger landing party.
That's what she said. No, how are you doing, Commodore?
I'm good. Listen, here's the thing.
Oh no.
I have had to try so many different ways, so many different excuses not to be on the show. I've lied every single week. And I realized I was going to have to be on this week. And I told my wife, I said, we got to get out of town. Like there's just, the show is happening. So I'm out of town and still Ian is forcing me to be on this show. So, Ian, he's that kind of captain. He's like, look, it's been half a season. It's been half a season, dude.
It literally has. And you forgot to sign the consent form on the transporter waiver. So I could have at any point just beamed you onto the ship, but I was trying to respect your wishes to not die and then be brought back as a clone of yourself with new matter. But you've pushed me too far.
Yeah. No, it's going to happen.
I'm
excited. I'm excited to talk about this episode.
I'm glad you're here.
I was going to say, do you have anything to say to your Commodore?
No, visually because this is a podcast, so I'm gonna have to describe this to you. But like, anytime I get to do a show with Aaron, what you would imagine is you've got Aaron standing there in his Star Trek uniform on the ship, and then there's just me like bing, 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 just jumping around like because I love doing the show with Aaron. So.
And also, you're just like your middle finger just hasn't come down; it is just permanently up the entire time.
Why?
You're flipping him off.
I'm flipping you off.
Oh, that's so hard to tell when it's on a one. I've just assumed it was somebody
misinterpreted
this whole time.
Yeah, no, it's misinterpreted. That can happen.
Before we get into this week, Commodore, I do want to ask what I almost hesitate to ask. How have you felt about season 3 so far?
Look, the show changed and it left me behind a little bit, and that's
Uh-oh.
And that's all we're going to hear from the Commodore this week.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it looks like there was an emergency beam out mid-sentence. I feel like his transporter clone may have stepped in. I'm going to try and reconstruct.
He's stuck in the pad.
That was unkind, Ian, to pretend like my internet went out right when I was starting to say how I haven't liked the show. That's just not okay. That's bad form.
My elbow just leant on my captain's chair and just beamed you into... I don't know how you broke out of the transporter beam. That was weird.
Unfortunately, that was probably real. So I may not be long for this world. But I will say, it's okay that they're doing the typical every episode is about Spock and Chapel now. Every episode is about the thing that's, the Gorn that's still in, what's her name? And
Batel.
Yeah, Batel. And like it's... So it takes a little bit for me away from the fun stuff we're getting when that stuff all has to be forced in there because we're doing typical TV. It's like it's like strange. And the other thing is like strange new ? Worlds because we're just doing existing cliches. That's all we're doing this season. We're doing the zombie movie. We're doing the murder mystery, and this week we're doing Indiana Jones. And like it's just like how at some point do something I like really creative. Go to a strange new world that does something, that we haven't seen. But I will say, I like this cast. I really like hanging out with them, so it doesn't hurt so bad,
Yeah, I think I have exactly the same complaints, but I'm just landing much higher up because my Star Trek filter is like, yeah, that's what Star Trek does. Like, it takes a theme and puts it in space. But I definitely get the
well,
issues.
A theme is different than a troped, format. Like, you know what I mean? Like a theme, you can take themes and do something new with the same themes, but it's literally like we're going, oh, what if Star Trek was an alien movie? What if it was a Agatha Christie novel? What if it was, instead of, so anyways. Yeah.
I think you're completely wrong, Aaron.
Yeah. It happens.
No, I'm kidding. I have much higher tolerance for that, even if it is copy and paste into the Star Trek lenses that you then put on. Because I feel like the zombie episode did do something a little new with the zombie thing.
Sure.
I'm not entirely sure.
That's my least favorite. That zombie episode was my least favorite episode.
Oh, that might be the one I like the most.
My most favorite was the murder mystery. I thought the murder mystery, going back and making it like the OG Star Trek, that was really fun.
That metaness was right up your alley. Yeah, I figured you'd have a good time with that one.
And I promise it doesn't have but the slightest bit to do with Chapel's outfits in the the old show.
I didn't think so.
That's just
not a chance.
No, not a chance.
So we're about to jump into this week's episodes without jumping into it. It was nice that we kind of go back to a Strange New World episode, to your point about like the season so far not really feeling like it was something that was a strange new one. But this one kind of maybe broke that mold a little bit for this season, I think.
Yeah, it was Lana Croft, McCrane Raider. Was this week? Maybe it was Uhuriana Jones.
Oh wow, he's been working on these.
I like it.
I mean, at this rate, Spock's the only womb raider around here. But we give us.
What? Go ahead.
I don't feel good about that one. Carry on, Aaron.
What did you say?
Did you not hear it, Danae?
No.
I said Spock's the only womb raider on the ship.
Wow.
It was worth repeating, I think.
Yes, I think so.
Just so you could really hear it.
Let that really just stay.
All I'm saying is I enjoyed Federational Treasure, Nook of Secrets. I had a good time.
How many more of these have you got?
Just two more.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed The Legend of Vesda, O Corbina of Time.
I like it.
Nice.
Nice.
And really, let's just change the name of the show to Uncharted New Worlds. So
incredible. I don't know how we're not doing a Sins video for this. I mean, we don't need to now. They're done. All of the jokes are now out there in the world.
That's it.
With that, Ambassador, give us a synopsis of this feature-length movie that we just watched.
Oh my God. In this episode of Strange New Worlds, we actually get to the Strange New Worldsing of the show.
Ken Forey was a Strange New World as well, technically, but I get it.
Let's see. We need to see more of the pairings of relationships, and so they have decided to put all the three couplings together in an off-world adventure where, oh no, we can't hear anybody, oh no, we can't transport anybody, and to discover an ancient civilization that has some real weird shit going on, and instead of thinking about anything going wrong, they let the archaeologist boners get ahead of them and just start touching shit.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody rolls a nat 1. This is TPK episode, except for that they didn't do that. They just TPK'd 1, which isn't really a TPK at all. And really, was he dead? Is he dead? That's what they want you to think about at the end of this one. Oh, sorry, there's actually more relationships because we get to see the girlfriend, the Gorn friend, go toe to toe. Because
she's here.
Why does one ship need to have one parasitic body when it can have two in space? That's it.
Amazing. Commodore, before we do a deep dive on the events of this episode, overall thoughts and feelings. Did you like it? Did you? Okay. I keep looking at your face. I'm like, did you like it, love it, hate it, or was it just okay? But I'm not going to do that.
That's what I do. No, this was a good watch. I dig the Indiana Jones aesthetic. I love the archaeology, idea, and the being trapped in an interdimensional prison, while not a new idea, is really interesting to see in this context. And the idea of being in the same room in separate dimensions and having to figure that out is a really fun, interesting puzzle. So I had plenty of fun with this. Again, we always have to tie it into Batel's Gorn addiction.
Do we have to?
So, the fact that that fight felt a little forced to me, but
oh no. Oh no. He's stuck in the pattern buffer.
I didn't do it this time.
Did you do it the first time?
Whoops.
Did you?
No, I didn't.
No, you didn't.
Oh, is he actually gone this time?
Is
he gone?
Yeah.
Gone, baby, gone.
Oh, no.
Gone, but not forgotten.
Gorn, but not forgotten.
Oh, he's super frozen this time.
Yeah, he's out.
Okay.
Wow.
It's really weird, but off mic, Janeway just boarded this Enterprise, shot Aaron in the face, and then left.
No!
I have no idea why that happened.
Fuck her up if she takes away the Commodore. Oh my God, I just imagine myself going to toe with Janeway.
I want to watch that. I'm in a mood today. I'm in a real mood. I don't think I would
survive. I really don't. What are we gonna do? Oh,
one thing before I'm gone, because obviously not only am I apparently the phone's ringing. Apparently the phone's ringing in here too. When do phones ring in a resort room? I never. I guess it's just during the broadcast.
Yeah.
Anyways. Before I go, I will say I was getting huge. This is the only point I need to get out there. I was getting such huge LaForge vibes off of Gamble this episode.
I said it as well.
That has to be intentional. Has to be intentional.
I know. I don't think it is.
His whole character speaks and vibes like Geordi does.
Oh, that's fair. He does have a young Geordi energy to him. Yeah,
I thought he was going to get a visor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he did. He had a visor for
like a permanent one.
Yeah. So anyways, I did want to say that, but I will let you guys.
What if he has this non-corporeal being kind of thing? Because that was sort of alluded to as possible. They put him into like a visor-esque machine, and that is what gets to
becomes.
How
far after is that? 100 years? Like
100 years almost exactly. Yeah.
So yeah.
From when Geordi was born and gets his visor, about 80 years, I'd say. But yeah, giving us an origin story for Geordi that we just didn't need would be extremely on brand for current.
It really would. It really would.
That's amazing.
Okay, I will go back to the transportation buffer. I love you all. I hope to be in.
Yeah, that was perfect. He hopes, and then he disintegrates. He's like a holodeck. He's like a hologram leaving the holodeck and just dissolved. He's back.
Much like Batel, I just hope that I am Gorn but not forgotten. Love you all.
Does he know that I did that joke already?
No, I didn't know.
The first time I kicked you out, I said, he's gone but not forgotten. It's amazing.
Love it.
In the same brain.
We can't write this shit.
Amazing. Want to beam out.
Want to beam out. Bye. We love you. Bye.
Well, it's a good thing I prepped our backup background screen. Shit, hang on. There we go. Boom. Seamless. Absolutely fucking seamless. Okay. Yes. Love Aaron.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. Well, I don't have to have these on anymore.
Oh, that's much better. Yeah. I can turn that one down. Okay, Ambassador.
Sadness. Bye, Aaron. Bye. Oh, look at all the people. Look at that. You love him.
Now that our parasite has left the show, Ambassador, what were your overall thoughts and feelings?
Was there an echo?
How dare you call me a parasite? Okay. How dare you?
I just turned him down. he's no, he's gone again. This is amazing.
Wow.
Somebody misses you.
Link literally just said I miss him already.
It's amazing. It's so cute. I'm really distracted that somehow our pictures are not inside the frame that I created.
Yeah. What happened? What'd you do?
How did I mess that up? Yeah. Okay, that one's better.
You know what? We should like the record scratch, stop the show, start it all over again. You both look at JCD and Sci-Fi Brony said the same exact thing at the same exact time.
That's incredible. Really is gone but not forgotten. This is amazing. Good stuff. Okay, Ambassador, overall thoughts and feelings about the episode.
Yeah, this is what I wanted. I wanted this last week. Yay! I wanted to watch a show that had a little adventure. I wanted it to be more interesting. I wanted all of the romance shit to be done. So
wait, why do you like this week?
We can't all get what we want every time. But I was glad to see that we did something a little bit more, kind of like unique. And I wanted to see a new alien. So
you almost had that.
That was a new alien.
No, it was. We didn't really see. I guess that could just be its form. I always imagine like the light beings, like they have some other form that's scarier. But maybe that's just it.
It was the.
Oh, the blue guy. Sorry, he wasn't. He was barely in the episode. He was literal cannon fodder.
Technically, after he's blown into many pieces, he was a lot of different elements of this episode.
That's absolutely fair. We had lots of different of the same alien.
Oh man, what was there? Mick.
I have been trying to Google the McEwens, the Ian McKellens. Is that what they are? The Macroons,
like a macaron.
Which is confusing because we have the Macrons, who I think were the aliens that are the Green Hand that pinch the Enterprise, or the Macrones is what Kirk calls them. Anyway.
Yeah, I think it was the Macroons.
Yeah, these are the Macroonians.
And I can't remember what my prediction was, but was it somebody blue?
No, your prediction was for this week, telescopes and contact lenses.
No. I mean the seasonal prediction.
Yeah, but I want to do that silly one first because it's so wrong.
There was a lot of eyeball stuff.
A lot of eyeball stuff. Like the VR.
There was the VR situation going on.
That could be contact lenses. That's very close.
Contact. There was a lot of eyeball contact.
A lot of eyeball stuff. And if you didn't know, Ian doesn't like teeth stuff or eyeball stuff. So this was a fun one.
Man, Strange New Worlds is not shying away from some of the deeper gore.
Well, that's really a streaming. Yeah. That's a streaming thing that I kind of love. The episode length being the length that it needs to be, and the gore, I kind of like that because it gives it a bit more realism for me. But your season prediction, there was no blue person. Your alien prediction was something gilly and green.
Yeah,
he wasn't gilly or green.
He had the lines going on though.
No, I'm not giving you lines.
He was very teal.
He was blue as a Bolian.
Did you say blue as a what?
Bolian.
Is that a Star Trek
Google
reference?
Bolian. Wow. Yeah, Bolian. Super
wow.
League.
I'm very, very glad that you're in charge of this show because I have no idea what you're talking about. But that's like that's a reference that people are going to appreciate.
Do you remember the guy who cuts Worf's hair? He has the scissors, and he's always chatting, and he's the barber, and he like does Picard's hair as well. He does have hair.
No, I don't.
Okay. Anyway, Mr. Mott. Okay. He's a Bolian.
Well, anyway, I think that this was a very interesting episode. It had a lot of activity, it had some problem solving, it had a mystery, it had an intensity. And we thought maybe we could be done with Gorn. We know we can't because Batel still has like the Gorn in her. And the previously ons gave us all the information we needed that this was going to be another kind of like mini romances in one, but also Gorn, and that kind of happened in this episode. I mean, we definitely paired everybody off into these awkward sort of sections, but thankfully I didn't feel that they spent too much time on the romance stuff, and I'm really hoping that the beginning romance stuff where it's Chapel and La'an together is just nipping shit in the bud. Like, I'm really hoping that is we're doing something casual, let's not make this a big deal. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, the show is saying we're not trying to make this into a thing. And I hope that that's true. It just depends on how much they want to continue to talk about it or not.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, they could do the TNG thing, which was vaguely acknowledge that Worf and Deanna were pursuing a relationship and then never address it pretty much ever again. I don't know if they can help themselves. The vibe that I'm getting, so overall, I really, really liked this episode. This is one I can see myself coming back to for the bottle episode-ness. Tanae just punches her mic.
With my glasses.
It's amazing. I can see myself coming back to it for the bottle episode-ness of it all and just being a fun alien architecture adventure. There's an episode of TNG called... Oh, no. What's the one of the...
why would it be called Oh No? That's too vague.
Right, way too vague. What's the one with the Iconians, everyone? Someone in the live chat's going to save me and make me look like an absolute genius when I restart
Google,
this thought.
But it's better to ask.
Yeah, but the live chat is way quicker. If it's called this is the one with the teleporting mirrors where you can walk through the gateways. What the fuck is it called? It's not called the Iconians, is it?
Welcome to Captain's Pod, where the captain drills you for his information.
One of you will, damn it. I know it's in season 2. I just don't know what the title is. Hang on.
Okay, so while we're pausing, yes, Sir Ruthie, I have this tiny little shelf that I was like, what do I put on this? And I have so many things that I could put on it. But I went over and I took a couple of Ian's ships and I put them on
literally
my own.
Did.
You want to see what they are?
Literally did. I have, it's Contagion, which is the stupidest name for that episode.
It's this one that looks like a testicle.
It's the Pasteur.
A very stretched testicle.
Good shout, Sci-Fi Brony.
Mm-hmm. I think it's actually the medical one, if I remember. It's like
yes, this is Beverly's ship, the Olympia class, I believe.
It's so fucking cool. Okay, hold on. Then I have another little one. The NCC 1701A.
This one does have an A. It's specifically from Star Trek 4. 5? 5. 5? 4. 4? 4. 2?
Wow,
4.
It makes me nervous to have these because Ian loves them so much.
Especially the A is beautiful. It's the only A that I've got, and it's the only A that I'm going to get because the XL version is now $400.
But more importantly, I have this one.
You found it. I've been looking for that so I can model it.
That's right, everybody. It's the DERPA prize that we want to make into a 3D
Getting ready to 3D scan that thing. The nacelles are so low, it may not need struts. They may actually just touch the bottom of the pad.
Okay.
Oh, God. That's amazing. That's really fun. I may just be able to print it upside down and it'll be fun. Fuck you.
Every time I see it, it gets better because it's so bad.
It should be going end over end. That's how it should fly.
Oh, it flies like this? Oh, okay.
That would be so great because one of the original designs for the Enterprise was that it was going to be that way around. Upside down. It wasn't going to be saucer up. Okay. It's a problem that comes to all of us slab over time. Okay.
Oh my God.
I was getting a lot of vibes from a TNG episode called Contagion, where they find this ancient technology and they figure out how it works, and it has like dimensional stuff going on. So it's the kind of TNG episode that I absolutely love. So I really, really enjoyed it. It's almost like the show and the writers have this withdrawal from modern TV being these overall arcs, and they are slowly, gradually weaning themselves off, but then falling off the wagon every now and again. So this is a sensible length 45-minute episode with 10 minutes of lip service to where are these relationships at? Won't it be weird if we don't address it? We can't just have these people turn up and not mention their shared relationship trauma. And I think if you cut that literally 10 minutes of that choice out, it's just a regular old episode. So it feels the epitome of tacked on to me because they barely address it throughout the rest of the episode. Spock and Barry, it's not Barry, Spock and Corby basically get along for the entire episode.
Well, I think they're all choosing professional, which is a really a relief. I don't mind.
I'm completely on board with that. It just isn't very interesting now.
No, it isn't interesting, and I hope that they don't keep doing it, because I think just acknowledging it a little bit, if we're going to jump kind of into it, just the relationship, get it out of the way so we can stop talking about it.
Yeah, basically, because that's my the opening note. Yeah.
The biggest frustration for me is Chapel, because without Chapel in this episode being awkward with La'an and Spock, I think it would have been a very normal sort of show.
Spock doesn't feel awkward. La'an doesn't feel awkward until Chapel. She assumes Chapel is going to have some girl talk with her.
There's well, Chapel wants to know how Spock is without just going and talking to Spock. She then finds out that La'an and Spock are kind of spending more time together, and La'an's like, please don't be that girl. This is just casual. And I really appreciated that.
Mm-hmm.
But then she goes into the lift and makes it even more awkward, because she sort of isn't okay with the silence. Like, she has really upset Spock by coming back without any kind of notice, and he's just creating this distance, but the professional distance, and she doesn't let that stick, even though, and then there's this comment like, oh, us never talking when there's things to say, and it's just so goading. She just goads him into this, and it made me really disrespect her character. I don't respect her character as much.
I'm heading that way. Yeah,
because it just seems very petty, and that's the kind, someone who's wanting to stir the pot and make somebody say something so that there's something to talk about when silence is an option. And that would felt a little bit elementary and very immature. All things that could be done when you're not in uniform at work. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, absolutely. If this is important enough, then have it off mic.
So that
not on
was
the way to the briefing.
That was the most difficult kind of part. The rest of it, them being paired off together and seeing kind of the dynamic, that felt like it could be just a normal episode of this season of Strange New Worlds, and then we're just moving on. And I liked that. I genuinely didn't mind La'an officially stating her position of the relationship, because that gave me a sense of peace that this was kind of over.
Yeah, that kind of gave me some closure as well. That made a lot of sense. It makes less sense that they felt the need to do it at all, because if you're just going to dismiss it so quickly, I feel like it's leading to a La'an death. What I can't get out of my brain is that we know that Spock is way more shut down by the time we get to TOS. He has a lot more walls up than the Ethan Peck Spock that we know now. So I just get this gut feeling that losing La'an is the thing that makes him shut down his humanity. And he's like, fuck that, I'm done. You're going to get a much more harsh version of me now. She could
die. She could be Gorned.
I mean,
there's so much.
That would track.
So speaking of Gorn, this is another kind of Gorn-esque episode. So on the trail of parts of the storyline that we hoped wouldn't continue, we've got the romance. We've talked about that. We do have the Gorn in this one too. But were you okay with that?
This is going to shock some people. I actually really loved it. I think if we hadn't had any mention of Gorn in the last few weeks, I think everybody would like this a little bit more, but I really like putting the convenience aside, which we both, you just came out and was like, oh, isn't that convenient that you have two possessed beings on the same ship that fucking know each other? Of all of the meet cutes, if you put the convenience aside, I think that's really cool. The fact that there is this ancient beef between the, not the Nevada.
The Macroon?
No, the evil aliens.
Well, isn't that what they are?
No, the Macroonians are the ancestors of the blue people who were imprisoning the Vesda. The Vesda are the evil things that the Macroonians were trying to imprison. Oh
boy, I am missing some information here. And I think we do need to get into that. How does it play into the Gorn, though?
Yeah, so I think that way back in the day, because the Gorn go through these hibernation phases, so we don't know how old they are as a spacefaring species. So I think the idea is that the Gorn have interacted with the Vesda at some point, and there's this ancient beef between them, but a different species also had a beef with the Vesda because they're evil and tried to imprison all of them by the sounds of it. So I think it's just a fluke that this Vesda that's inside what's his name? Gamble.
Geordie LaForge.
No, but inside of Gamble and the Gorn that's inside of Battelle met and had this species reaction to each other. That I really love. I think that's really cool.
So, and the Gorn worked for you because then it was like ancient being versus ancient being both taking up bodies.
Yeah, for me that was exciting because I was like, oh, there's some backstory here that we don't know. It's like when two characters just walk into a room and they recognize each other immediately, and there's like some beef, and I like that because we end up skipping over like how do you do and the tension, like having a built-in tension there was really fun. So I like the idea that maybe in the future this is a way to team up with the Gorn against the Vesda if they escape. Released. Yeah, maybe that's how there is some kind of treaty between the Gorn and the Federation.
So I know that my like show recap is oftentimes a bit silly, and then of course we had the Commodore buffering in and out. But the real interesting kind of aspect of this episode is this place that they go to. They find an ancient city that has ancient knowledge or ancient abilities that need to be explored and looked into, and they kind of go into this very well. You heard the Commodore describe it. Temple of Doom sort of vibe where they have mysteries to solve, puzzles to figure out. But getting through all of that, which we can kind of go through in detail if you want to, I just need to, I'm a little confused.
Yeah,
and we're talking about
Hit me.
Vesps and Goons and Macroons, and I'm
Yep.
So I'm going to call them the Gorn. I know that one by now.
Yeah.
That one's, then we've got the Macroons.
The Macroons.
And those are the bluish guild aliens.
No gills, but yes.
That are at the beginning. And then we have a third alien species, which are the essences trapped in the baubles.
Yeah, the Vesda.
Okay. And this is a prison for that race.
No, I'm sorry. Backpedal. Backpedal. I don't think the way... Yeah, no, you're right. Continue.
Okay, so we are... They haven't found some cool throne room or laboratory or something. They've actually found a prison.
Mm-hmm.
And this race have figured out how to embody other people and take them over. And so
like
whoever imprisoned them discovered that in order to imprison them, they need to be dimensionally shifting in and out in order to contain them. Is that right?
Yeah, the prison is a dimensional shift. So they found a way to capture them.
Yeah.
And then put them in this room and shift them to a dimension that they can't escape from. So there is a version of that room that can contain them. And I think the visor that Spock puts on is what allows anybody to see where they are. But because they aren't physically in any dimension, they can't escape. So I think there's some squiffy science going on. So I don't think they're in any one of the dimensions. Right. I think they're caught between many, many, many dimensions, which is why you need the visor to see them.
So when they stumble upon this, there is a moment when one pops up and is like, want to high five Spock in the face.
Yes.
Can we talk about that for a sec? I know I apologize because I feel like, other podcasts, they might have their shit together and be like, and now we're going to go into the segment called blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, I got to fucking...
I'm just glad we have something to talk about.
We just watched it. I'm still digesting a lot. So is the impression that you got that these things can float up and like just like their little pods or like little vehicles, and they just they can come up and go around wherever they want, but they've been stuck for an eternity here. Yeah. And like one just looks up and sees Spock, and that's the strongest swimmer of the sperm bank, and it just like comes up, and then it like sees Spock and it's about to sploosh him in the eye, but then Spock's weird Gorn connection kicks in and is just like, fuck you, dude. And then that guy disappears.
We don't know completely, but that's possible. Like the way I took it was that those beings are inside containment cells themselves. and Spock investigating it triggered one of them. It came up, but I could be wrong, but I don't think it could have actually attacked Spock because they're not in the same dimension as him. He could only see them because of the lenses.
Okay, so he was never in danger of getting gored.
But
like
what it did
the
was,
other guy.
yeah, but what it did was trigger that telepathic imprint that the Gorn left behind.
Protection element
from
the attack protect thing.
Yeah. So because he did the mind meld with Batel, that's left a Gorn imprint that kicked up with the Vesda appearing.
It sensed the Vesda.
Yes, exactly.
Okay,
and
which
brought
is
it out.
Then paired over on the ship in this epic battle that we'll talk about in a second. Okay, that's kind of what. So this prison is shifting in and out, but we never figured out what the statue in the middle is. Right?
That is the technology that's allowing it to happen, I believe. We don't know exactly what it is. It's probably another child that they've imprisoned and are using as a power source.
They said that it was sentient, right?
Yeah, it's sentient, but that it's also, because it's in like different dimensions and stuff, it might be held in a dimension that they couldn't access.
Oh, Jesus.
So there could be a living being. So the cool thing to me is that Corby, one of the many cool things, Corby finds these relics and assumes that this ancient species managed to immortality. Immortality. He mistranslates and misinterprets what the technology is. So they're basing this hypothesis on, or the hypothesis is that they created technology that could make them immortal. And the way they would do that was by harnessing this dimensional shift stuff. But what it's actually doing is just creating a prison. But it could also be both, that the person that is maintaining that prison is immortal, but their one job is to be prison warden for the Vesda.
Okay. Yeah. I did in the chat, there was a thought about the spheres being different species, and I thought that too. Like, but
oh, interesting.
But it's not. This isn't like a space station prison where anyone can go. This is a specific species that has been systematically destroyed and imprisoned forever because they were so evil.
Yeah, completely. Yeah, exactly.
And the show is definitely trying to push that there are some beings that are just evil. There's not a redemption arc for them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that that's an interesting technique in writing that helps psychologically us to be okay with killing something, because we are more advanced storytellers than back in the early, that's a Klingon, shoot it kind of vibe.
Right.
Now we regularly see the backstory of people be explored, the anti-hero, the reason that this person is bad. So where we can vilify and we can put somebody on the other side and we can say, yeah, just eliminate this entire group of people. That's not as comfortable for us to do in our entertainment anymore. And it shouldn't be. But here the writers are like, but maybe we can say it's these people, because that wispy Vespa thing was a nasty being. Like wow, that was weird. Everything just.
It's fine. That was me.
Okay.
All right.
That was so distracting.
Wispy Vespa thing.
Catching it. I'm getting back into it. What it said to Mbenga was so fucked up.
Oh, super fucked up. Yeah.
And there's this there's this sort of ability to sense other dead.
Yes.
Like that, because he does it with the prisoners that when he escapes the prison too later. So whatever this species is, you've got Pelia saying it's the heebie-jeebies, super bad vibe. You've got the music telling us it's a bad vibe. You've got examples of it not being a great thing. So I think they're trying to make a non-Gorn enemy, sort of looming bad guy that maybe they can kind of all unify and fight under, something like that. I'm not sure. But it was really interesting to spend some time going like, this is an evil situation. This isn't a redeemable group of people that are trapped and needs to be like rehabilitated into society.
Well, and that's the start of the journey for me historically in Star Trek. And it's the it's the scariest bit. It's the most dramatic bit. But where it gets more interesting for me is when you find that species is more complicated. So the Borg are a good example for me, where they are terrifying, great villain. The first episode we see them in, all they want to do is kill the ship or assimilate it, and that continues on. It's not until like Voyager that we find out their methods are horrible, but they're in pursuit of perfection. So it's not necessarily that they're evil. The things they do might seem evil by our standards, but they have a goal that culturally makes sense to them. So I get way more interested when we find out if they're just evil. Like Pike is right. It is a matter of perspective. Like why are they evil? Why are they possessing people? A great comment just came up in the chat. Were they evil, or are they evil now because they've been imprisoned? Like, were they imprisoned to be used as an energy source and have now become fuck you to the entire universe? Like, I get way more interested when we know more about them. And I actually hope it's not just they are a skin of evil that just floats around the universe.
And the idea too, there's that one that was picked up by Bobby No Eyes.
Yep, Gamble.
That I knew there was a B in there.
You got it.
I felt it deep inside.
Yeah, you do know that there are 2 fewer eyes in there.
Yeah. So when he scoops up the orb and it lights up, and the idea later is that something broke out of it. This idea that they do have the ability to break free.
Yeah.
I don't know why it could suddenly do that.
Not clear on that either.
Because it had been there for centuries. Did it have to be touched by a physical thing that was living to activate? Like, these are the questions that we will always have if this show never revisits it. And I think that's what I'm feeling as we're talking about it, is this episode left a lot of mystery on the table because it didn't answer a bunch of questions about this thing. It's just we're going to set up a containment unit. Yeah, we're going to unify with the McCoys, the Hatfields and the McCoys, and we're going to make sure that nobody just stumbles upon this prison in the future, and hope that they never show up again. But there's just still so many questions. There's so many questions about how this works.
And I think it's clearly setting something up. We have the last shot of the computer just visually telling us that it scanned the Vesda presence detected, instead of an audio alert that's like, hey, Mbenga, drop the fucking phone. But it's just that classic cliche of like the flash of text on the screen. So we know this is going somewhere. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if these aliens link into species that we already know. I don't know, but Strange New Worlds loves to, and Discovery has loved to answer questions set up in the 60s and the 80s by TOS TNG particularly. So it wouldn't surprise me if it ties into one of those. It's definitely not the last we've seen of the Vesda. I just hope they can... what I hope for is that this maybe isn't revisited until season 4 or something like that. Like, it isn't an arc that keeps reappearing like the Gorn. I hope this is just... it's still there. Don't forget about this, but it doesn't then dominate the rest of the season.
I have to point out, at the exact same moment, 2 people have the same exact comment.
Did they both quote someone?
And CMDR both say, why keep it in the pattern buffer? Why not delete the pattern? It happens all the time on accident. Or why is it still in the pattern buffer? If they purge the buffer, the data is gone. No more bad guys.
That's amazing.
It's so fun.
We're always talking about how signals degrade and patterns degrade if they're held in the buffer for too long. So just let it degrade in there.
It's also wild that this thing was able to break through a barrier, an electric barrier. And so maybe, obviously the container was very specifically built to not allow it to kind of phase through, but it's in a body. It's not
that's
like
my
it just
issue
kind of came out.
With that.
So maybe inside of a pattern buffer, that's not really something that can stop. It has to be interdimensional. It has to be time, like a time prison. It can't be inside of a buffer.
They even said the closest thing we have to a dimensional prison shifting is the pattern buffer.
And it didn't work instantly.
It ain't close enough.
No. I wonder what they'll do with it. Obviously, I think this is going to link into Captain Batel saving the day, because she's going to be able to snip, and Spock as well. sniff it out, like
well,
if it's going from being to being.
Did you like
on Spock?
Yeah, he said he doesn't remember getting that injury. They didn't resolve that, did they?
No, I couldn't tell if it was something like in his body that was sort of like coming out, if his blood was changing, if it was a bruise. I wasn't entirely sure why he had the discoloration going on. This is definitely an episode to watch twice, I think. This is maybe the first time I've wanted to watch it twice. And I know like Commodore Dicer really enjoyed the murder mystery, and that would be one to maybe watch again twice because there's so much there.
Yeah.
But this is one where you're thinking, I think I missed something. Like you're talking about the very end where he appears into the computer system, and I couldn't tell what was on the screen.
It would, as far as I could see, it was just scanning it. So I think it's now in the guts of I think it's migrated from the from the transporter buffer into the computer systems.
Okay.
Is what I'm thinking. And I'm just being updated by the live chat. And I think I'm just going to leave this in. The cut was resolved because he cuts his hand later and it's a reverse cause and effect thing. So he cuts himself, but the injury appears earlier.
Did he cut himself?
Towards the end of the episode. That's when he figures out that cause and effect is reversed. But we both switched. We both missed it.
So what I thought it was related to the Gorn situation, because when the Gorn kind of like pops out of his consciousness and is repelling the presence of this other being, I thought maybe that was a sign that he is Gorning. You know what I mean? Like,
no, yeah.
So to know that there's a cut and he's not, that actually brings me a sense of peace.
Yeah, so, a cut that hasn't happened yet.
Yeah,
so,
I wouldn't have known that. Thank you.
Thank you, live chat, for saving our butts. Okay, but
he cut himself under the captured kid statue. Oh, thanks, Mark. Yes. Yep. Okay. Yes, I do remember him reaching underneath there now. That makes sense. Yes, under the panel. Thank you, guys. That clears that part up. That was one of the lingering, like, what the fuck is going on here moments.
Right. Yeah, completely agree.
But yeah, so I think those are the two big things that like we kind of hope weren't coming back, and they aren't necessarily coming back for the wrong reasons. I do find, like you, Ian, the Gorn part of this mystery interesting. And now that we kind of established the base of all of the alien stuff, can we shift over into the puzzle of like the arc, like this place? Like, what did you think about like the space that they were in, the actual building, the rooms, the timey-wimey stuff? Like, did that work for you?
Well, interestingly, my prediction was to have a kind of interstellar type thing where they're in different time zones.
You did.
Figuring out different puzzles and working together.
You did.
And I kind of got that.
Yeah,
it's not time, it's just planes of existence. It's it is a trope, but it's a trope for a reason. It's so fun. Like, it is so fun to push the crew into different dimensions, have them solve the puzzle together. The puzzle itself, other than the cause and effect thing, which is fun and great, they did very little with it other than an Indiana Jones homage, obviously, with the invisible bridge. The rest of the puzzle and the pieces did very little for me. I think overall, it's a beautiful set. I love the design. I love the frozen in time creature thing that they had.
Yeah, that was really cool looking.
I love the foundational bricks of everything here, but the mystery didn't deliver for me and has some like pretty fundamental holes inside of it. I wish we could have done more with them being in different dimensions and more with the cause and effect thing. Like, you can have cause and effect. The episode of TNG of that title does so much fun with cause and effect and leaving clues for each other. If they figure out that cause and effect thing earlier, you really can do this cool looping thing where you end up helping your past selves without realizing. And it doesn't do that for me.
No.
I don't know. The mystery was a bit of a letdown for me.
Yeah, they kind of spent more time trying to argue about why they should or shouldn't be there at all instead of getting into it. But then also, like at the end, when all the pieces kind of work together, you sort of know they're going to do something. And it was very convenient that all the pieces were there at the same time, including the ones that the centuries ago somebody kind of dropped off. But Chapel and the Dr. Lubbins.
Who? Corby? Corby.
Dr. McLubbins.
Yeah, there we go.
He, they had, I think the idea was that they had seen different clues that sort of led them to believe that there was a place where it all came together and it originated from. Is that the fourth species that we don't know a lot about, the ones that ended up trapping
the
Vesper
folks? This happened so long ago that the blue aliens, the Ian McKellans, have no idea. They have like stories and suspicions, but it seems like there is an ancient species that they are the descendants of. They're the ones that have the advanced technology and trapped the Zebedees.
The idea is that the Macroons are the ones who trapped the Vespers.
No, an ancient ancestor of theirs. Could be the same, but it seems to be they're an offshoot.
Their lineage. Centuries old lineage.
Maybe millennia before. They share the same planet. Could be a different species.
Okay. And maybe the people that were there, this is my theory, the ones that were in the room that had like starved, they were delivering another prisoner.
I think
and so they were. That's why they had the materials with them.
Yeah, I think there's a chance that they were destined to be locked in there. So I think you're not getting out for fear of one of the aliens escaping. So I think they died at their posts. I think.
But they didn't deliver the prisoner.
Was that the one that escaped? Oh, maybe. What killed them then?
So either was someone stealing and they found one and they were trying to get it out, and then they couldn't get out.
But they had the visors, which made me think that they're the aliens that created the technology. Because doesn't Spock pick a visor from one of their bodies?
Yes, he does.
Yeah. So I thought they were the aliens that created the technology.
Yeah, me too.
But I like the thieving idea.
Well, there was a mention of them potentially stealing some relics or something like that. But I was very confused.
Well, that would also explain why that one alien escapes and attacks Gamble, because maybe its integrity field was weakened during that theft or escape attempt.
It could be. But they didn't make it out because why?
Oh, because they couldn't solve the puzzle.
And the puzzle was they had to walk over empty space?
Yeah, but that or the fact that you have to leave the person that got pinpricked has to leave. So if the person that got pinpricked left first, they're fucked. Because they can't get to so maybe they saw one of their buddies get vaporized and were like, we can't leave until we figure out this puzzle, and they never did.
So I think, and the puzzle also is like they all were technically in the same room, but they wouldn't have necessarily known that. And so if they didn't have all the pieces together, like the ring and the thing, they wouldn't have been able to all reunite to talk to each other. Mm-hmm. They would have been separated entirely and not known how to get out of the room. Okay.
Especially if they didn't have the handy video documentarian with them or the communicators.
Right.
So if they didn't have any of that, they would have been screwed.
Right.
Yeah.
So
and if they don't have, like you said, the puzzle pieces.
Right. And they didn't have the ring. Okay. So now it's all coming together. So yeah, I think that did work for me. And I also liked the idea that they were like learning about existing in multiple places at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
That was really interesting too.
Yeah, really interesting. I just wish they'd done more with it.
What was the comment that Chapel makes is something like, yeah, I don't know what it means.
I have no idea what that means. It was like molecular phase shifting through dimensional things. Yeah, I'm just like, I don't know what that means.
I don't know if the space worked for me like I wanted it to. Like I think it was a little bit lacking. I don't know if it was maybe the mystery, like you kind of talking about wanting to have more of that. Kind of
I want more of the wacky science. I want more of the cause and effect wackiness. Because if you can deliberately write that out, like Interstellar does, like cause and effect does.
Yeah.
Oh man, you have an episode that I'm gonna fall in love with. It's so satisfying. But it really was a little bit lip servicey. It
seemed like they were getting through it really quickly when they needed to, and then they were stalled when they needed to.
Yeah.
But obviously. This is a hard. I'm super nitpicking here, but they get there and it's because they deflector dish co-beam a transparent like ghost marble.
No,
that's what reveals the doors in the first place.
I think, and this is where I'm just like my Star Trek brain is just going to take over here. I'm just smiling so big. I think the deflector beams are being used as a mining, digging, tunneling device. So I think it's zapping the rock and like dissolving it.
Oh.
And it's been calibrated because they've scanned the structure. I think they've calibrated it to take away the exact amount of rock that it needs to take away. and the little calibrators on the
pylons,
the pylons on the planet help the deflector dish to attenuate properly. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. And they did mention something about that. There was a lot of talk going on, and I wasn't quite sure what was happening. So, okay, so you think that they tunneled?
Yeah, I think they tunneled the rock away with fancy deflector science that
I thought it was
vaporizes
a hologram type
the rocks.
Thing. Ah, that's
what
cool.
I thought for
that's
a second.
Cool. Okay,
no.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I would have. Now I want to watch it again and be like, "That's fucking cool." Instead of going, "Okay, we're just magically revealing secret doors now."
what I love about that scene as well is the. Damn it, camera.
You're distracted.
Okay, here we go. The other thing I love about that scene is the clunky fucking technology. Like those clunky
the pylons,
telescope pylons, straight out of TOS. Like I love them so much.
Yeah,
like,
you're right.
When I think it's in the Cage, which is the pilot of the original series, they bring down these like heavy duty phaser rifles, and they're these clunky things, and they're on like a strut and a platform thing, and they just look ridiculous. And it looked like this technology as well. And then couple that with the ship just firing a fuck you deflector beam from orbit is like, everybody should have been beamed up back to the ship. That thing is fucking dangerous. But
you're right.
Loved all of that.
Yeah, there should have been a little bit more like protection in place.
Way more. Don't cross the red line. Like this is way dangerous. So much radiation.
Yeah, I think now that I'm remembering, the pylons in my TNG are just rods. Anytime that they deployed a pylon, it was just a rod. It didn't have a dish attached to it.
It's the transporter amplifiers are the classic one that they'll have little forked legs that they just plonk into the ground.
That's it.
They'll help the transporter beam work.
Yeah. That's fun.
Pattern enhancers. Thank you, live chat.
Oh man, so much chatter happening on important information.
Oh, it's important to get the name right, and it was escaping me. So thank you very much.
Well, I'm glad to talk about that because that does make that part cooler. But then we get into the inside, and it was the set was really interesting and dark and twisted, very prison-esque. Once you say it, it's like, oh, of course it's a prison. It's very dark and stuff.
Yeah, hindsight being 2020.
They have to like prick your finger, and then they scan you. So it was very advanced technology that was still working, even though no one had been there for a hot minute.
Yeah, I did kind of like how Campbell was being extremely expositional, but was tying the science into the mythology. So he would come in and say, it's ancient aliens, which is obviously something but we as a species seem to be obsessed with, and blood magic. Whereas it's any form of technology advanced enough can look like magic. So yeah, it looks like magic to us, but for them, it's just, we're using hemocraft and using actual blood to science the things. I don't know how human blood works on the thing, but I don't think that matters. I think it's just any kind of blood lets you in.
I wonder if it's, again, because it's a prison, it was like, hey, if you've captured one of these people, bring them to us because we don't care what race you are. We want to get
maybe that's it.
And it was maybe like just this hunt for the species.
Yeah.
And that does make me very curious about the species.
I would love to know. I'm actually more interested about them than I am the Vesda, because I think we could learn a lot about the Vesda through their captors and the species that decided to imprison them.
It really was an episode of Stop Touching Things, though, right?
That was literally my next point. Was how distracting was that for you?
Very. Yeah, I think that there is something really important about, what's it called? Someone's drive. Like when they're
motivation,
blinded by the discovery, they're blinded by, I've been looking into this for so long. I can't stop myself from pressing forward dangerously because the lust for the answer. And I did pick that up from their conversations. I felt like the camera really watched Chapel and McLubbins, Doc Lubbins pretty well. You could really see the conflict of the desire to acquire versus the safety of the crew. And we got to feel the tension of that, obviously, when she talks to Spock, but so I think why they would be, I guess, a little bit stupid with some of the things of the touching. I don't understand why little Geordie LaForge did what he did. But I can't imagine, yes, it's your first away mission, but I can't imagine that you would, as a person who studies medicine, touch anything that has been on a dead being for centuries that could have, like, you didn't even scan it first.
Yeah, there's a lot of, and some of these tropes have been embedded into pop culture by Star Trek. Like, don't touch anything on an away mission. Wear your spacesuits. Doesn't make for great TV, but you should all be in spacesuits for this. That would have absolutely protected him from an eyeball gouging. So they observe every single trope and ignore them. Like, the danger is brought to Spock's attention, and he dismisses it and carries on. The obsession, like you said, has got to be followed, and I guess they're staying just within the parameters of safety, but it loses me a bit when they see that Blue Man got vaporized for leaving. Spock figures out, oh, we have to stick with Chapel. What's the very next thing they do? They decide to go in 2 by 2 instead of a group of 6. Like, that splitting up, I was so distracted by it, when like, splitting up is always a bad idea, but Chapel you've just figured out that her blood is the thing that's keeping you alive. They are beyond fortunate that they didn't all get zapped as soon as they were separated from her. So it sounds nitpicky, but when you do a deep dive on an episode, that is distracting.
Yeah, I think the traps of the space were distracting. Also, a little bit of the set design was distracting, because I could see in the background that there were mechanisms that were moving, and it just seemed like it was so big and huge, and there seemed to be so much more to explore, but technically they really just stayed in one space the whole time.
Yes.
Like, this set was the door going into the building, that first chamber where the archaeologists or the people before, the grave robbers or whatever, had died centuries ago. And then the next room, which was essentially just an echo of the first room, but with the actual, like, being kind of on the pedestal. So, but in the background, there was a lot, but they were able to just stay very focused on what was directly in front of them and not, like, looking. It's one of those things where it's like, if you've made it in post, which obviously they have, did they not know what they were going to do? Could they not have, like, I don't know, had someone go, echo, like, just some kind of an acknowledgement that the space was so much larger than just the dais that they were interacting with. I don't know. There was a lot of just, we're doing this because this is what the scene is, and then we get to, like, the bridge at the end, the I don't know, the leap of faith or whatever you want to call it.
I also have a suggestion that was incredibly distracting to me. Could you not just tiptoe? Because this isn't a leap of faith situation like it is in Indiana Jones. Like, you have to believe. Like, the bridge is there, you just can't see it yet. On it. So tiptoe. Just get a finger and press it, because it's still going to be there. There is no risk here at all. It's not based on your belief.
Controversial idea. Take the skull off the guy that's dead and roll it. We have options here.
I guess, for
take your clothes off.
I mean, that is always the option.
Lay it down. See if there's, like, a little bridge. Or is the idea that, like, she has to physically touch it to activate it? Put your hand down. Get on all fours.
Just throw a rock at it. The other thing is, maybe it is intent. Maybe you have to walk out with the intent of pressing the button. Because if you don't walk out with that commitment, it means you don't press the button, which doesn't bring the bridge. But they don't do a great job of explaining that. Like, you have to believe that's Peter.
But that's the part of it that makes it a religion instead of a prison. You know what I mean? This isn't a prove yourself and prove your valor before you.
There's no prize at the end that you have to prove yourself to.
This is just a door opens and a door closes, and this is how you're going to open and close the door. And so, if this civilization that was trapping these Vespa wispy things, like, they would have all known, okay, when you go in, you have to have the tablet and the ring to get out. And whoever scans is the person. This is a one-person job. One person goes in, drops it off, one person leaves.
Yeah.
And then over time, that knowledge is lost. And that's kind of an interesting concept, but, like, it's just a door. It's not a, hey, you have to leave with the goodwill of mankind and a promise to hunt all evil forever and bring back anyone and trap them here for all eternity situation.
Yeah. And the most wild part of all of that for me is all of the different parts have ended up on different planets.
Yes.
So what if he hadn't got all of them? They are screwed. If he doesn't have all of the parts 100%. Or there's another part missing.
That's exactly right.
And that does spoil the mystery for me. Like that, there is more chance in this than there is skill. And the skill that's there are huge leaps. So
huge.
As we get to the end of this episode, as we say pretty much every week, this is very raw. Like this is raw feeling straight off of the back of it. I like this episode superficially. I'm going to have to stop myself from digging much deeper.
That
if I ever come to rewatch it.
Yeah, that's a good point, because just like last week, I kind of checked out a bit, a bit. It does. It's kind of at some point you're going, this is going to solve itself. Let's just, move on. I don't need to see how they're going to do it anymore because it doesn't really need to be anything more than they just figure out a way to walk out the door and leave.
A great example of what I'm thinking of, to your point, Danae, is another TNG episode will always have Paris. This might be the most episodes of TNG I've mentioned in one episode. It's really the best of both worlds. But in Will Always Have Paris, there is this time shenanigan thing that happens. And there are, I think, 6 different datas all in a line. And all of them can talk to each other. And he has to put this rod into place at the right time. And he's talking to himself and he's just like, which one of us is the one that has to do it? Because if one of us does it too early or too late, we're the wrong ones. And then one of the datas figures out it's me because of this reason, this reason, this reason. And then he puts it in and the other datas do it at the same time and it all works. And I'm just like, I like shit like that. I love it when you do weird timey-wimey stuff that actually tracks and follows. Like that can be the episode for me. But I think this wanted to introduce a super terrifying villain. It wanted to do relationship stuff. It wanted to do Indiana Jones archaeology stuff. It wanted to do Dungeons and Dragons puzzle stuff. And then it didn't focus down on what Ian wants the most, which is time science. Would be my one sentence review.
There's always going to be some source that we think does whatever a little bit better. But for this show, I still feel like this was a fun episode. It was really fun to watch and be reminded about what space exploration can be like and what it looks like when you've got Starfleet trying to accomplish a goal where it's on a border that they have to get permission from the locals to kind of even do it. And it seemed like there was a lot more to explore. This could have been a movie. This could have been,
for sure,
really exploring more and more and more. And it leaves me with a lot of questions, and they're not the Gorn questions, but it is a bit like that because there's an enemy now. There's this unknown now. There's somebody lingering on the ship. So let's talk about the ship a little bit. I would love to hear your thoughts on the fight between Batel and Geordi No Eyes.
I again like what they're doing with the action. This wasn't at the level of the Kenfori Klingon lady and Mbenga fight, but it was still watchable. It made sense. And I loved the immediate Winter Soldier activation thing that happened. As soon as she entered the room, the Gorn just kicks in. And like I said earlier, that immediately I was like, beef. That alien has been triggered. Patel's alien has been triggered. There's something going on here, and I want to dig into that. I now want to know what the Gorn story with these aliens are. I wouldn't object to an ancient Star Trek TV show that doesn't even have humans in it because we're still in the caveman ages or whatever. We're still in Victorian times, and it's just the alien landscape of the Alpha Quadrant before humans ever got to it. There's clearly so much potential even pre-humans arriving. So yeah, that I really, really enjoyed that. How about you, Ambassador? And what all on the ship interested you with the mystery as it unfolded?
I think too much about these things, as I was trying to figure out, is she the mother of the Gorn? Is she going to be changing into this Gorn form so that we can have an example or answer as to why, so I overthink these things and I admit that, but I really, why do they need this to be part of what they're doing this season? And I think you mentioned something earlier that there could need to be some sort of reason to align with the Gorn to fight another power. And now that they know how to awake the Gorn cicada rhythm thing, and they can like call them forth from their birthing, they know where to go.
Yeah.
You know, they know how to get into the suns and like open it all up and wake them all up. Tap,
We
tap,
gotta
tap.
wake the Gorn and say, we need your help, guys.
So if they're trying to put the Gorn to rest in a season, maybe that's the big bad in season 4, right? This sort of issue that is going to be, you know, addressed, because in all likelihood we have a bad ghost figure that is now in a ship that will probably be trying to find a way into a host body or something so that it can go and free its brethren. And that's a really interesting possibility. So they have to then, the show has to kind of give us a sense of hope, and that they're doing that with Batel. And that's where I land after thinking about it for just since watching the show a little bit ago, is she is that connecting bridge between being able to say there's something that's strong enough to fight it.
Yeah.
We just have to go like let them out so that the two big giants can go. It's like stumbling upon when Star Trek introduces a god character. And it's like, well, who can go against a Q? Like where is the balance when we're like little tiny little people, you know? And
it's such a dangerous thing to introduce because nothing matters at that point.
It's interesting.
Snap of a finger, everything disappears. Literally.
It's interesting. Yeah, exactly. So I think it was really interesting to show that it is something that is so, they say it a lot, ancient and old, beyond our comprehension, built into the DNA, that they can sense each other's pheromones or presences or whatever. And it's also important to remember that Gamble, right? The No Eye Gamble.
Yep.
Bobby No Eyes. He was dead upon arrival.
Oh, I
right?
kind of love that. It's like an echo of his consciousness. That he's just wearing a Gamble
skin
suit. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and so we need to know that that's true, because when they're like kind of like fighting at it and going at each other, like we need to understand that there's not really a saving point. Like we're
brain dead.
We don't have a can we save him like we saved Batel moment. This is a ghost figure instead of a physical Gorn host. They're two different species, and so though they're piloting a body, well, I actually let's pause for a second. The Vespers are piloting a body, their body snatcher.
Yeah.
But the Gorn are not. They just want to grow their young in a body. So they're not taking over a person. Batel is theoretically, I think, or 100% the only human to survive.
I think so.
This kind of a thing. So she's
incubated.
Right. So she has got her own kind of battle going on to not basically let it take her over and then rip her apart. Because it's not like she has a Gorn inside of her still, right? If I'm understanding correctly, or she's been impacted.
Some DNA. It's the DNA.
Okay.
There is DNA left over that is entwined with her DNA.
Yeah, she's gonna have a reptile baby. That's just the.
I think she's gonna create the Gorn as we know them in TOS, and they're gonna look ridiculous.
Think about this too much.
It's amazing.
But from a storytelling perspective, I think what they're doing is really interesting. The fight worked for me because it was such a shock. Like there was a couple, but like, oh my God moments when.
Yeah, she's moving like not a human.
Yeah, like when the Vesper disintegrates, it's like, holy shit. When the eyeballs are gone, oh my God. And then all of a sudden they're just like trying to kill each other.
Yeah.
I personally liked it because I like to see a woman fucking go to battle.
She had him on the ropes.
Yeah, that was fun.
Love that. I really liked absolutely love it. I also, how do you feel about Pelia being the one that pulls the trigger right at the end in the shootout? The hostage situation.
It needed to happen, and
I don't think Mbega can take much more.
Well, I think for me, when you say Pelia, she is so quirky and interesting, and there she gives this massive speech at the end that's incredibly dramatic, and then she's asked the cameraman, "Do you want me to repeat that? Like, were you getting that on film?" So I'm like, "Wait, is she seriously talking about a great evil, or was that all for show?" And I think she's just okay with fucking with people and killing people, although that wasn't a person, that was it was a decision that needed to be made. So I don't know. I think it gives her some depth that I feel like that character kind of needs, that she's been around a long time. She knows a lot. She can kind of both like fuck something up and make a hard decision. She can teach, and she can also, be dramatic and stupid with her like little speech that she was doing. I was like, wow, they're really laying it on thick. And then she turns to the camera guy and I'm, oh, okay. So this is her humor, right?
Yeah, for me, It was beautifully on brand, but I do think there was truth in what she was saying as well. And also enjoying playing it up. But when she, who is 400 years old, I think, possibly more, says that this is ancient and old, oh, fuck, you better listen. Like, she's seen enough to know what's terrifying. So yeah, I think her incorporation into this episode was great, because we would have been like, hey, why don't you just ask Pelia? Maybe she has some idea what this is. So having her insight was, I think they're using her very, very well.
I do too. And when she's not there, they say, you know how she is, she takes a little she takes a break or whatever. Yeah. So I like that character. Think she's doing what she needs to do. And in that moment, when he's holding, when the body snatcher Bobby is pointing a gun or phaser, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
At the trio, we've got, wasn't it Kirk, Scotty? Was that Kirk and Scotty and Pelia?
It was, you've broken my brain. Yes. Okay. It was Kirk's brother, Kirk.
Oh, Kirk's brother.
That's not James Kirk. That is,
okay. That's brother Kirk.
God damn it. What's his name? It's not Gary.
Mustache Kirk.
Mustache Kirk. Someone's going to say it in the live chat. I want to get there first. It's Billy Bob Kirk. It's Sam Kirk. Sam
Okay. So that's right. Thank you. Okay. And you're like, okay, I don't think they're going to do that. I don't think this is when he dies. But Pelia was up on the block for me going, oh, if there's a character that's about to be gone, it's this one. And so
not yet.
That showdown was very, very interesting. And also thank you to the live chat for reminding Pelia is 2,500 years old, not 400. And that gives her even more credential for she's 100%. Never seen anything this old before. So it's very, very old.
Yeah, love that. I think there is somebody of her, anyway, cut that because it's a spoiler. What? She's old. She's fucking old, which is amazing. I love it. Something I did want to bring up super duper quickly is that you obviously do not know this, but it is interesting to me that Corby's obsession with immortality ties into what we know about his character in the original series and where he ends up. So I did just want to say,
for those of you who know those things,
for those of you that know, so I do just want to say I appreciate that we are seeing the seeds of that obsession start here, and it's a nice way to inform where he ends up. Like, if you're going to bring back an original series character and give them some depth, this feels very true to that. So I just appreciated that.
There you go.
Anything else before we do some emails? Oh, pips. How many pips?
I think I'm going to go. I think I'm going to go with. Man, I think I'm going to go 3.5, but I think like I'm really struggling to give it 4. So I'll do 3.5.
Yeah, I'm going to go 3, which is on track with my entire season, to be honest. It's a 3. If you get the extra time elements for me, cut the relationship stuff, it's a 4 for me, and it's a classic TNG era type of, TOS era type of Star Trek for me. That is always my benchmark. What I am, me personally, as a fan and why I love Star Trek so much, is TNG. So if I can recapture any TNG in 2025, then I am an absolute easy mark. And this got a good chunk of the way there. And I think this season's getting closer to it than any other modern Star Trek that I've seen so far. So yeah, 3.5 for me.
Yeah. And we didn't really talk too much about Uhura in this one. I just, before we go on, you said if there's anything else.
Yeah, absolutely.
I really enjoyed her, and I think she should have had more to do.
Her and Una tragically wasted. Like, I want more Uhura Una episodes, please. and thank you right now.
I love, like, after that revelation about La'an's like arc, I really am enjoying her, which makes me scared.
Yeah, that they're going to kill her. I think she's doing great this season. I think she's, of most of the cast, she's found a comfort level with her character that I'm really enjoying.
Her. I believe that she is intense. I believe that she's like, I'd rather be doing something than nothing. You know, she just has this energy that I really appreciate. So I just, and Uhura was like, almost like the stupid girl that doesn't know how to have the attention of a guy kind of a thing this episode. Weird, and I just didn't like that. Yeah. She was just distracted by the presence of Ortega's brother doing the film. But I don't know. She did have a good moment though in this episode that I really enjoyed, which was like the calming down and just how to kind of get through the intensity. And thinking about her in season 1, you know, and the intensity she felt on these away missions. Yeah. It was really neat. And when they do the previously ons, that should have been part of it from season 1, her struggling with all the pressures to perform.
Yeah, that's the recap I need.
And this could have been a really interesting arc if you think about it for Uhura to have more confidence and just kind of know what she's doing. And she's just firmly a comfortable character for us to have on screen because she knows what she's doing and she's dependable and she's intelligent and she's present. And here they kind of just regulated her as like the guy's sidekick this time. And
there's
I didn't really enjoy that.
A lot of language stuff that was needed in this episode. And she did some of it, but that's where her character could really sing.
Exactly.
There we go. All right. Where do you want to go this time for emails, Ambassador? Bear in mind, I have to change this in the description every week.
Oh, you do?
I'm updating wherever we go is what I put in the description.
Okay, chat, tell me a place to take us because I need to know some kind of a weird place in the
They're going to say Cetacean Ops. Dollars to donuts. They will say Cetacean Ops. Somebody is already typing it now.
I want to go right here. What's that room?
That's going to be crew quarters or something.
I want to go to the Brussard collection.
That's amazing.
I don't know what that is. I think it's over.
We're gonna go to the Bizarre collector. No, you're gonna find this hilarious. Hold it up again.
I'm gonna
hold it up. It's the red bits.
Oh hell, fucking yes! To the red bits.
To the Bizarre collectors.
It's the nipples of the shipple.
Oh, the nipples of the shipple. Amazing. Okay, let's get my intro. I'm using the wrong mouse for fuck's sake. I've got 2 mices going on. It's doing my head in. All right. Okay, hailing frequencies open, everyone. It's time for us to read your messages from Discord, Twitch, and email, and sometimes YouTube.
It's very red in here.
We could change the light. It's like
red alert situation.
Do you want to know what the Bizarre collectors do?
The Bussard collectors. And by the way, it's not bizarre. It's Bussard, right?
Bussard collectors. I don't. My English accent is going to make it weird. Guess what they do? Guess what function they serve?
Well, they collect Bussards. Obviously, the question is, what the fuck is a Bussard? Let me think about this for a second. Okay, I know. Here's my clues. We're in the red bit of the nacelle.
Yes.
Which powers the Scooty forward stuff?
Nope.
Shit. It is the stabilizers for space flying.
Stabilizers in what way?
It's the Bussards, obviously. There's some Bussard stabilization happening, but it collects something. Okay, it collects.
Okay, wait. Did somebody tell you?
No, I'm thinking about it. Okay. Just let me get there and use my engineering genius that's just untapped.
There we go.
Okay. It hurts. Okay. So it's got to collect something and then shoot it out the back.
No, it's not. That's not how spaceships work.
It is.
It's how chemical rockets work.
It's like a little propulsion thing, but it doesn't need that because it's space. Okay, is it about particles?
Yes, it is.
Yes. I got something right. Why is it called? Is Bussard the name of a person?
Yeah, it's named after a person.
Okay.
I believe.
Okay. And this person identified that you have to collect something, otherwise the ship doesn't move properly for some reason.
Not exactly.
Fucking hell.
But you're right on the collecting part. And I appreciate the live chat not spoiling anything. Other than Slab, who says it collects souls.
It's a soul harvesting device.
Yeah, alien souls. That's what it does.
Okay. What does it collect? Particles of some kind. Why? Why would it do that? Because and it doesn't have anything to do with its needing to. I don't fucking know.
Named after Robert W. Buzzard or Bussard, you were most of the way there. It can collect and disperse particles.
What? You said it couldn't disperse particles? You had to look that fucking shit up. I heard you over there typing.
I didn't say. I actually just looked up whether Bussard was made up or it was an actual person. Yeah, it collects and disperses particles, mainly hydrogen. So as it's going through space, it will collect material and actually use that as energy. So it's an efficiency thing, but it can also be used to like disperse energy for the toilets, the showers, the replicators, the transporters, all kinds of stuff.
So it doesn't use it for ejecting anything. It collects
No, it can disperse particles as well. It can eject particles. So when you said like, did I say it doesn't eject? It doesn't eject it out the back is what I meant. Because then it would be like, it ejects it out of the front.
Let's just go to the chat. Let's go to CM Dr. Smith. I was right.
That's not what you said.
It collects interstellar hydrogen or other things to power the fusion reactors and the warp
Exactly. Core. You said it fires it out the back to propel it forward. That's not what it. No, that's not what it. No,
it's
that's what I was saying. No, to
no, it's
propel
not. Itself.
It's not shooting it out the back. No, yes, it is to propel itself, but not to fire it out the back. Like
that's what I was talking about. I wasn't talking about laser beams. I was talking about moving it forward.
And you're correct. I thought you meant like fire out of the back of the nacelles. Like, and then fire it out like a jet turbine. No.
Okay.
But it can fire particles out because Riker uses that to fire some gas at the aliens in that movie, Insurrection. There we go. So anyway, first
yeah, okay, thank you, Sci-Fi Brony. Danae said it was the scooty forward stuff. Exactly, it's scooting it all forward.
I should have just said yes. That's what it is. Exactly. We have a message from from Mrs. Zero on the Discord, who tagged you specifically, Danae. At Danae, hey, on Voyager Year of Hell Part 2, the episode that we covered, you mentioned that you have kept your daughter's teeth.
Why would I be talking about that?
Was
it prevalent to the story, or was it in the outtakes? You know,
I believe that this is because the commander of the time ship that was trying to rescue his wife kept the hair of his wife.
Yes, that's right. Yes, and he had to let it go.
There we go.
That's right. Oh God, what is this question going to be?
Mrs. Zero is the wife of Josh Zero, who's also on the Discords and regular listener. She continues, I kept our son's teeth as well, but I found at a local craft store an ornament you can put that stuff in. So I just put his teeth in it and hang it every year. Josh and Kid Zero think it's weird, but love heart, love heart.
Oh my God. No, I think this is amazing.
I think it's incredible. I love it.
Yeah. This is what people find when they go through like the human civilization later, and they like come across.
You have to extrapolate from this one example. This is what all of humanity did.
It's just the Zero household, and then they think that all of humanity like put the teeth on the tree. Yeah. I'm down for this. I'm wondering what to do with it, but then I came across this person who will you can send them materials, and and they put it into like this device and pressurize it and turn it into diamonds, and so the diamond is coming from whatever you send in. So a lot of times it's just like, you know, a memory of a pet or even a person. So if you can send as much material, then they can like, and I'm like, man, maybe I should do like a teeth diamond. You know what I mean? Like, here's my kid's teeth, and then I can just wear it as jewelry. And everyone would think, oh, look at that beautiful, you know, diamond necklace that you're wearing. Yeah. And I'm like, it was my kid's teeth.
No context. No, presented without comment.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Do you have anything, Ambassador?
Oh, no, I do, but I'm not prepared today. I have got a couple of messages that I want to get to, but I'm not prepared today, but I'll be doing that soon.
Okay. Do you want to do any that are starred?
Oh, yes. The comments of today's show.
Yeah, I've been starring a few. I thought we could do like their pips, if you so choose, perhaps.
This one's from Flyboy. It's for Chris Myers. He's used minimal screen time scattered over a few episodes to give us a fleshed out admiral and likable character. And he also nails the Vezda in this one. Is that the person that played the alien?
No, that's Gamble, I believe.
Because he was
Gamble.
he was acting out as the bad guy.
Yeah, he was the Vezda.
That was so cool. You're right.
I think he did great.
Yeah.
Yep. Completely agree.
Really, really sad to see him go. But I have to say, at the top of the show, who did I ask was going to be dead on this one?
You nailed it.
You nailed it.
Oh, no, I did. No, yeah, you asked
you.
me. And in the episode, I was like, well, we got an opening log from him. He seemed to like saying the word Enterprise. He is dead.
Yeah. Telegraphed that one maybe a little bit too much.
Got an email, got a message on multiple Discord channels from Daniel, who, and I love this observation, we questioned last week where the where the bartender was, 3-armed bartender.
Yeah.
In last week's episode. 3-armed bartender was the eyeball person on the TV show. So, there was an alien on the screen that was holding her own eyeballs.
Yeah.
That's the same actor that plays the bartender with 3 arms.
That's so funny.
Of course it was. Like, that just makes so much sense now.
I totally missed that.
Totally missed it. Love that.
Which is on the show for not making that more obvious.
Yeah.
This one's from Mark. Moopsie versus Ancient Evil versus Captain Gorn hybrid.
Oh, man. I mean, Moopsie. Well, no, because I think once the bones are gone, the Vezda now can't eat
Vezda.
Possess Moopsie.
Yeah.
So I think we just made Moopsie even more fucking deadly.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Shit.
It's like a Vezda Moops.
Moopster? Voopsie.
Voopsie.
Amazing. Let's see. I did have one that was start. I'm going to do a couple of pip rankings. Flyboys pips for 3.5 pips. Some of my favorite Star Trek episodes are what I call the "What the hell is happening here" episodes, and this is a good one. 0.5 pip off was for the high school drama. Yeah, completely agree with that. And Sci-Fi Brony says 3.5 out of 4 as well. Hated this episode had any relationship and Gorn stuff, but the alien stuff both on the ship and on the planet was super fun and cool. Completely agree. If only they could do everything the way we wanted them to do it and shed all of the relationship shit. But there we go. There we go. Anything else, Ambassador, before we wrap this shit up?
Yeah, this one's from Phil, who says, think it's funny for a Vulcan that in the future will transfer his consciousness to a human, which is Bones. Talks about consciousness surviving after death in this one.
That's an excellent point, because at this point they know about, or Vulcans absolutely know about Katras and how you can, the idea is that a Vulcan never really dies. Their consciousness is uploaded to this holy place on Vulcan so that their memories and experiences can be preserved in that sense. So it's interesting that Ethan Peck's Spock is so objectionable to that idea. Yeah, that's a really, really good point. Really good point.
Probably very purposeful as well. I think we're seeing the young Spock. So as he ages and has more experience, maybe it becomes like he'll have more experiences and more examples of consciousness shifting and everything to kind of like do interesting things with. That is something like I wouldn't have known. So thank you for those comments.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting shit. Love it. I think.
Looking through.
Ta-tum-tum.
This one was from Sci-Fi Brony. When Captain Patel says exterminate him, is she not Gorn but a Khaled? And I didn't understand this one, so I wondered if you would think that was interesting.
Well, a Khaled is the Daleks from Doctor Who.
Oh,
The aliens that are inside the Daleks are Khaleds. So
Khaleds this is a crossover
Daleks.
joke.
This is a crossover
I get
joke.
you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Love it.
Nice one.
Yeah, I think that's it.
CMDR Smith says, away team rules. Step 1, scan it. Step 2, pick it up with tongs.
Yeah.
Step 3, consider touching it. Step 4, dismiss idea of touching it and put it in a container.
So true. All while wearing like multiple layers of spacesuits as well. Amazing.
So good.
Okay. Well, next week's episode, Ambassador, I am possibly more excited for this episode than any other because of potentially what it implies might be happening. It is the Saylat who ate its tail. Do you remember what a Saylat is?
I mean, considering how good I did with the red room collector,
the bizarre collectors. Yeah,
I can try to figure it out.
Don't Google what a Saylat is.
I'm not. This is like the snake that ate his tail, right?
I mean, maybe
that idea that like it's like the never-ending circle.
Yeah, you an Ouroboros. You know what a Saylat is. Sehlat. You've encountered a Saylat before.
I have?
Yes, you have.
Shit. Is it a child going to school that already has the sniffles and when I see them in the hallway, they run to me, give me a hug and wipe their nose on my shirt?
Nope.
Okay, well, I have encountered that.
Close.
Okay. Oh, is it a cat?
It's not a cat. Oh. It is, it could be related to a cat thematically.
Okay. Oh, thematically related to a cat, but it eats its own tail. A dragon? They're like kitties, but with scales.
Not a dragon.
Not a dragon.
But closer than a cat.
Closer than, because it's
some ways.
Because lizardy. It's very lizardy.
It looks more like a dragon, but acts more like a cat.
Okay, I'm done with this idea, but I'm just glad it's not a Gorn.
You've got an entire week to figure it out, Ambassador. Anything you want to plug before we sign off?
No, just a reminder that for Captain's Pod podcast listeners, nothing is going to change for you as we shift away from the CinemaSins podcast network and go off on our very own. Whee! You can read all of the information in the comment section to kind of find any details if you're curious about it. So let's say you want to join the Discord. You will be joining a different Discord to find the Captain's Pod crew. Let's say you want to go to the live show, you'll go to a different place to watch the live show, and all of that will be in the links of the podcast. And for anyone who's watching live, you can see it on your screen. And again, just check on the comments and all the info is there. And if you've got any questions, you can email us. The new email is ian@iananddanae.com.
Yes, or head over to the Ian and Danae Patreon, which is Ian and Danae. And you can sign up for free updates over there as well. That's where we'll be putting lots of our content. If you want more exciting things from Ian and Danae, like 3D printing shit. I 3D printed a pad. I 3D printed a pad from Star Trek. Anyway, I'm Captain Ian, and it's just fun time from me.
What?
It's just fun time from me.
Just fun time?
Yeah.
That's
what Aunt says at the beginning. It's just fun times.
Oh, okay. That's a good one. Let me figure out what mine's going to be.
She's just going to rewatch the episode. Give her a minute.
What? Are you going to put in the outtakes what I thought the blood was going to be?
No, I don't. I haven't. TBD.
TBD.
Okay, I don't know. I don't know. See how it takes me.
All right. And it's only with blood given freely from me.
God, live long and prosper. Gross. I don't want to do this anymore.
That's fun shit.
Look at my pad. Look at this shit, people. I need some decals on it. Felis catus.
Make more email addresses, right? I wish we could.
I mean, we can.
Oh, we can.
I just don't want to.
We'll have to do Patreon levels for it. Because I think like we'll have to pay money to add extra.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh my God. Mm. Yeah, here.
Good shit, everyone. What? No! Fuck.
Here it is. Ow! Fuck!
Throw a finger puzzle at
Somebody told me that I need to make like a little water gun kind of a thing and just squirt you. Yes, when you're
over the electronics, that'll be great.
Okay.
Ow.
So these are the parts that we need to like put little stickers in. I wonder if my camera is gonna. Here we go.
Thank you, Flyboy. That is exactly the reaction I was craving.
Nice little
bevel
cutout section.
Bevel. And there are like 4 different variations of it that you can make as well. And the decals have just a Take Me Out to the Holosuite decal. One of the, like when the Doctor is getting sent messages in his daydream from in Voyager, it has that one as well. Yeah, I want a Raspberry Pi so bad. I really want to do that shit, but I've just started 3D printing. I'm not picking up 3D coding as well. Can I have my pad back, please? Thank you.
You're welcome, Ian. Yeah, we're going to have to it's just going to go slide under his pillow. And every day he's going to wake up and pull it out, and it's his new best friend.
What I do want is to have 20 of these on my desk, and I just sigh. I have so much work to do, so many pads. On a thing that can retrieve multiple bits of data. You don't need multiples of these, people.
We do have some streaming plans, JCD. We actually really want to continue on with Baldur's Gate, but we have some systems testing to do. But we may go live tonight for a little bit. We're not quite sure yet. So any of our updates are going to be at our Patreon. Let me put it up on the screen for you guys.
Patreon. It's all about Patreon.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I just tickled myself. That was all.
Okay. Let me. Why? And also how?
How?
This is really strange.
Patreon. It's all about Patreon.
Wow. Can I not add a banner during the show? Why is this not letting me?
I've added. I thought I'd
It's really strange.
Can you just rewrite a banner? Yeah, just rewrite one of them.
Okay.
We don't really use spoiler alert.
That's true. This is really easy.
Yes, you should. What is the context? What do you mean? Like, as in playing a game on, like a D&D game online, as in with your friends virtually? I would absolutely recommend doing a short game to see if you gel with the other players and your DM.
Yeah.
Don't necessarily commit to a full long campaign unless you know you're going to vibe with all of them. So like maybe a one shot or a 2-part game.
Mm-hmm. That's really good advice.
Yeah.
So at our Patreon, there's you can just join for free. And there's a chat that they do there. And whenever we go live or do games or anything, we will post in there when it's outside of our normal Captain's Pod stuff. So that's the number 1 spot. And then we did start our own Discord, because we realized that would be the best way for us to just do some casual gaming. So last week we did a little bit of Minecraft. So there on Discord, we just literally showed our computer screens and we played Minecraft and then chatted with people on one of the voice chat rooms.
Which you can just listen in on and lurk, or actually talk to us as well.
So we got to kind of hang with you guys and just do some stuff. And that was really, really fun. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, that was really good.
And that wasn't streaming. That was just going basically live on our own Discord. So we'll post there for you guys. But please remember that you are going to want to be ready to switch over for this show to my Twitch. Starting, I think we're going to be going live through the end of this month. So we'll have 2 more going live days on the CinemaSins live. And then we're changing over to the Danae Says only.
From the 1st of September will be the first live show. Yep.
So Monday, September 1st will be the first day that we're exclusively over there. So please try to remember to go over and subscribe and click the little bell to get reminders. When we go live on Twitch, that will be where we go live on Twitch, because I've already kind of got a little established group over there. So everybody will be together on that side, and then you'll see any of the gaming stuff from Ian and I will also be on that Twitch channel. We don't plan on changing the name of my Twitch over to the Ian and Danae.
Wait, what?
Because he just can't take over everything, you know?
Not with that attitude, I can't.
But thank you guys for your support and jumping in. And
it's really awesome. Super appreciated. It is 100% allowing us to do more shit. So it is greatly appreciated.
Yes, we do plan on doing right now, Slab. We do plan on going live on Labor Day.
Fuck them holidays.
That's the plan. If that changes, we will let you know. It is a little bit determined on childcare.
School things are important.
Yes. Yeah. Mark, holy shit, that sounds like a lot. Are you okay? Are you Did you rest?
Let's
Have you gotten some sleep?
Good man.
Was it the best?
I had one of the school dads went to Gen Con as well and couldn't speak highly enough of it. I think that's pretty high on my list of conventions to go to.
It'll definitely be on the list for sure. Oh, and also on our Patreon, I'm going to be editing it today. We've got another like little personal audio thing. So we have obviously this podcast, which is about Star Trek. And then over on our Patreon, we have just like, there's another podcast you can subscribe to that's just our Patreon stuff. So we're going to have another one for you over there. There's one that's waiting there for you if you want to hear. And that's truly just life stuff. It's not like a show or recovering entertainment. So if you're a little bit more curious about just the life that happens around us, then that would be the space. It's going to have more stories about obviously our world and having Iris and cats and dogs and all of these things, not cats.
And a 3D printer.
And a 3D printer. So just something to keep in mind if you guys want to have that. Oh, you drove back and forth. Oh my God. Well, hopefully you're getting some good sleep. And thanks for spending your time with us today. We're going to jump for now and get back over to the old job and start writing some fun content, putting fun content out for you for the CinemaSins part of our life.
Speak for yourself. I intend on writing boring shit.
Yeah, we got to talk about that.
Yeah, we do.
But if you do want to hang out with us for some gaming, that will likely be later on tonight. And since Baldur's Gate might not be running, it might be a little bit of Minecrafting. So hopefully you guys can catch us then. And until next time, we'll see you for Captain's Pod at this location. Start moving over to the Danae Says stuff next week.
Yeah. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Love you. Bye.